Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you 10 ways that can help you improve your aim when you're playing Insurgency Sandstorm. Now, you may already know some of these tips and tricks I'm about to show you, and you also may not, so stay tuned throughout the video and maybe you'll learn something new. Alright, so my first tip I got for you is keeping your crosshair either head level or shoulder level. So when you're keeping your crosshair head level, you're going to be able to see what's happening in front of you. Like a lot of new gamers, it's kind of crazy. A lot of new gamers have their crosshair looking downwards and they miss what's happening in front of them. You can have someone die 10 feet in front of you or maybe 20 meters in front of you and you won't see it because your crosshair isn't looking up. Plus, if your crosshair is already head level, you're already within the vicinity of the enemy in front of you. Like if you're looking down, you're wasting your precious time flicking towards the enemy versus your crosshair already being in that general area. And because this game has a very fast time to kill, you're going to be dying, wasting your time flicking towards the enemy based on your crosshair placement. Now, in Insurgency, there are certain situations where your opponent's going to be prone around the corner or crouched around the corner. I die many times to an enemy when my crosshair is head level and I'm unable to see him prone because my gun is blocking my vision. But to close it off, you want to be more aware of where you're looking. You always want to aim to reduce the time it takes to hit your first shot. Tip number 2 for you is more on your sensitivity and your DPI. I first want to start off by saying there is no perfect sensitivity and there's no perfect DPI. It all depends on the mouse space you have, the weight of your mouse, and what kind of mouse you use. There's so many more factors. How you grip your mouse, if you use your wrist, if you use your arm, it's so many different factors that goes into it. So basically, I'm going to just go ahead and say if you over flick too often, then you want to decrease your sense, and if you under flick too often, then you want to increase your sense. Your DPI would depend on your mouse pad space. Like obviously, if you have a small amount of mouse room, then you want to go the higher DPI or the higher sense. Whatever's work best for you. Say if you're a person that has shaky aim, then a lower sense or a lower DPI will work best for you because you don't want your crosshair to be shaking around when you're holding the corner. Say someone's about to peek, you miss a shot because you're shaky, so you want to have that low DPIs. Alright, so the next one most newer gamers are not aware of, and it is mouse acceleration. So basically what it does is, like, the faster you move your mouse, the higher your sensitivity goes, and it can make you inaccurate with your flicks and inconsistent with your shots. Alright, so you want to click your Windows home key, then you want to type in mouse, then you want to go to mouse settings, then you want to go to additional mouse options, and then you want to click pointer options. Then you want to disable enhance pointer precision. Alright, so the next one I'm going to recommend is turning off motion blur, as it hinders your FPS. And when turning in a game like this, when there's already camouflage, it's going to be very difficult to spot enemies when they're going to be hidden in your blur. Alright, so my next one is for the people who are playing on 100 FOV. I would recommend trying to play on 90 FOV, like even though Sandstorm offers up to 100. So the thing is, like, the more your screen is zoomed out, the smaller your target's going to be. And if you're on 90 FOV, then your targets will be more bigger, which makes them easier to hit. Also, if you're afraid that switching your FOV will have a negative effect on your aim, now we'll go ahead on over to mousesensitivity.com and convert your sense there. Alright, so my next one I want to go into is when you spam lean while you're in the gunfight. Now you don't want to be doing this, especially when your lean buttons are binded to your side mouse button. Also, you're going to have to pull down differently when you're leaning. Say if I'm leaning left, that means I'm going to have to pull down right. So if you're someone who constantly leans left and right, I highly suggest you to stop spamming your lean button when you're in a gunfight. I guarantee you it's the reason why you're missing your shots. Alright, so another one I want to suggest is to play around with different optics. Now, Sandstorm offers a variety of scopes that you can choose from. Me personally, I fallen in love with the Hollow for security and the 1.5 PK for the Insurgents. Now, when you play around with different scopes, you'll start to enjoy one more than the other, which will then lead to a healthier performance. Another we can go ahead and speak on is pre-aiming common doorways, windows, and other spots players normally are. Alright, so say you're entering a building and there's a doorway far left down the hall and a window close right. You want to swing the room with your gun pointed to the window, so by the time the window is in your view, you have already had your crosshair placed there for if someone's holding it. Now if there's no one holding the window, you then can swing the doorway because the window is now safe. This will help you out in so many different situations. It's way better to have your crosshair pre-aimed versus flicking towards your enemy. It will start to become muscle memory on where these doorways, windows, and other common areas that gamers play. Now, another thing I want to suggest is keeping your gun up. You want to be very careful when you're sprinting around corners. When you're sprinting, there's an animation that you will have to wait for before you're able to shoot. And in Sandstorm, by the time the animation is finished, you will have already be dead. And lastly, you always want to try your best to position yourself according to your scope. I wouldn't recommend having a 7x scope playing close range on OBJ. Instead, maybe using a 1x or a 2x scope will assist you more in that certain situation. Alright, that's all the tips I have for you today. Let me know if you found any of these tips helpful and stay tuned in for more Sandstorm videos.